coaches play it that way. Make the opponent teams choose what's so obvious that we can counter. So I don't know if this is what Coach Mitch wants to do or not.
I gotta say, Gideon, if I was a player, I'd rather be playing Burmese Schools draft.
No, you're losing faith in Coach Mitch here. Because right now, what I'm seeing is the fact that Burmese Schools want to group together. What does well into things that want to group together? We have the Final Slash, which sounds like a good idea. I'm thinking about things along the lines of, hey, maybe a little bit more lockdown and pair it up with a Beatrix maybe, you know? Get rid of the glue set that they don't have enough peel. You want to play for that early game? Fine, take that Bruno. As long as we are able to survive the lanes and get into these neutral fights, we have combinations to pair up with later down the line.
And actually, there's something that doesn't make sense to me. Sorry, I kind of mixed two things together. So having the Faramist means that you will counter glue by your nature. Just second skill and glue will buff off. But Team Burmese Schools might have been aiming to take that glue on the second phase of drafting, so that's why they banned it. From my, before I go into this idea, I thought that Team Burmese Schools are the ones who banned that glue. I was mistaken.
You know what? What is one of the great things about having a Bruno?
What's great?
Not a lot of things that you're really afraid of in the gold lane, so they don't have to ban it out.
That's true.
Right? It's like, okay, what do you guys want to ban out? It's like, gold lane, you good? I'm good.
Give me Bruno. I got nothing else.
What do they want? Claude? Doesn't matter. You want the Ixia or anything like that? Okay, that one hurts a bit, but I'm hoping for my team to cover for me.
I was just about to say, if you have an Ixia with Team Lil Gun right now, it will make so much sense.
Here's the thing. If I'm not mistaken, the only time Lil Gun used the Ixia, they lost against Keep Best Gaming.
Yep.
Horology is my craft.
Yes. This is what I'm talking about, right? It feels like Coach Mitch, he's slowly closing in on it. He wants the Burmese Schools team fight. Again, Ixia is looking so good right now against a team composition that wants to get together and actually has a good laning phase against the Bruno. Ah, man!
Let's go! I'm all for Burmese Schools, baby!
Oh, no.
You're Raiders!
Why do they have to tarnish their record? Why does Shadow play all the annoying EXP laners?
Hey, at this point, Lil Gun needs someone to burst those tanks. Are we looking at something like a carry?
A carry.
I mean, even carry, let me make this clear. It's very difficult going up against this draft.
It
is very difficult.
But I would yet suggest a carry, because you have the hard guard, you have Angela, she can watch your back, and also you have really good amount of crowd control here. So a carry would make sense, but more crowd control. Wait.
But they're very tanky.
Wait, what's happening here?
Yes.
Arlet roam?
This is exactly what I want to see. Arla goes into the roam, you're able to kind of make that impact in the early game. Because again, Arla doesn't need to babysit, he just needs to show up.
What if there is a mid?
Who
is it? Rosa was
Rosa.
it? Rosa, right?
The Thorn Queen.
The Thorn Queen.
It makes me nervous, but you can definitely see the idea here. Punish the team that wants to gather together. Look for smaller skirmishes across the map, whether you're using your global ultimates or at the very least just showing up with stuns.
The same problem occurs again for me.
Yo!
Oh, the OG is here. But the same problem still appears for me is that Team Lil Gun don't have any magical damage that can be mentioned. If Team Burmese Schools focus on the defensive items, they can take care of the Beatrix easily.
Of course, but that's under the condition that they don't end the game early. And I think that's what Lil Guns want to do. When we saw that Martis, you know they want to play for the earlier stages of the game.
You know what? In my head, I was even thinking of, instead of a Tigreal, just pick up an Estes. The Netherrealm.
Ouch.
The Netherrealm having an Estes, having a Uranus. This game
Abaxia.
will end tomorrow.
Where do we draw the line when it comes down to health insurance?
There's no line.
There's
the
no
line
line?
is a myth.
Double the health insurance, double the premium, extra bonuses all around. I'm looking at these team comps and I'm already nervous as we get into the second match here of this best of three. Currently, the Burmese Ghouls on the red side are a point up on the Little Guns, who have been downloading all of game number one to look for the comeback of a lifetime. The reverse sweep kings themselves might just be stopped here on the blue side. Let's get right into the game here at Land of Dawn.
Team Lil Gun are about to make history if they continue on doing those reverse sweeps. Ever since the wild card, they have been losing the first game and making that reverse sweep possible. So far, at least, in normal cases, I wouldn't say that, but so far, so good. for Team Lil Gun.
I gotta say, Nico is clearing the jungle way faster than Zexora just because having the Bruno do a little bit more damage on the orange buff. So just, again, just the first 3 seconds, but I kind of feel like Burmese Ghouls are on a good track.
They are on a good track, and I think, Burmese Ghouls made the right decision of saying, you know what, we don't really want to contest for the Lethal Wanderer. I want to instantly invade you. That's what I want to do, and that's where you see the Boxia instantly move down into enemy territory.
I'm looking at Tigro, a lot of movement speed here.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to stay in his lane.
Okay, I think he wants to match the Arla this time then.
Yeah, actually, in terms of the junglers, they are now mirroring the map. Both of them are going for the same exact thing, just on the opposite side of the map. And that indicates, Nico is also in his comfort zone. He's playing the Baxia, so he's playing the utility hero. And, they caught him? Hard.
Nico has been making some really good decisions here, right? Ethan, he wants to check for the 4-ball camp.
Yep, and right now, Ethan still surviving quite well. Burmese Ghoul as well as Team Lil Gun in the early stages of the game. It looks like they're just testing each other. See, like, what do you guys want? Do you guys want to go for it, or do you guys actually want to play it safe?
I'm actually now kind of curious. Why Bebex is always losing a 1v1 against Stitch? We can see here that Stitch, for the second time in a row, he's ahead in gold, also ahead in lane, clearing faster, doing everything. I think that the Beatrix in the early game is really good in clearing the waves, but is it like, is it inevitable to lose against the Bruno?
Bruno is the king, man. Bruno just wins the lane straight out. The only one that can really contest is Ixia and Brody.
Yep. And even Brody, there's a limitation to it, unfortunately, right? There are conditions that need to, it's a skill matchup, right? Very, very volatile. But now, let's see this very first turtle here. Zexora immediately on it.
Yep, right now, Shadow frontlining for the team already gets level 4. Turtle secures by Zexora, and Lina is going to get taken down. First kill, first decimate goes to Zexora, and now he's looking for Shadow. Double kill for Zexora. The first win condition for Martis achieved below 3 minutes.
Oh, that's got to be frustrating. Like, Lina was trying to get that Netherrealm off, but the penalty zone change just kept canceling the animation.
Team Lil Gun are just back on track, 2-0 early game advantage, and now they are catching up to the momentum. They are living to their own myth of losing the first game and then dominating that rest of the game. Stitch, as I told you, he is winning the 1v1 battle, and when his team was fighting in the turtle, he was also winning on the top lane, which is quite interesting because he won. He won against the Bruno with the 1-1, and now he's winning with the Bruno against the Beatrix.
Oh, now Ethan face checking onto Stitch. Stitch able to survive. Ethan's the one taking quite a lot of damage. Stitch takes him down. A very good kill for the... Oh, but Mike's flickers an implosion into Zexora. Double kill. Is that a triple? It's a triple for Stitch.
Oh, really good call there. He sees the Bennett's Rage come out, instantly flickers into the bush to try to make something happen. And again, this is a big risk. He wasn't sure how far away the Beatrix needed to be alongside that river bush to get that off. And now Stitch, not only is he winning the lane, but he's about to crack this tier 1 and dominate this lane.
That's what you need to see from Tigreal. Since day one, he always flips everything around just with a flicker ultimate. That's all it takes. Oh my god. Oh my god. Team Burmese Ghouls are back now in the game after losing the first tilter. After losing the lead, they are now back in the driver's seat. But looking at Bruno, things don't look so bright for Bebex, having the Has Claws, having also the speed attack shoes. On the other side, Bebex is lost into his items. I don't know what he's building no more.
Gentlemen, let me just tell you, Forbid gets caught. Forbid gets knocked off. Forbid is able to survive for now. Ethan, good final slash on the Shadow. Forbid survives. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm a very forgetful person. I really hope Moonton give Bruno a skin, because this M5 is doing very well.
No, I want Arlet to get a skin. He deserves it as well.
Okay, you know what?
Arlet some love.
You know what? It's more possible for me to use Arlet mid, so let's go with that.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm down for it. This next turtle is already up, and both teams, they've already started to gather. Ethan hoping to instigate war.
Oh, very good clapback. Nico gets pulled back just a little bit. Lina still has the Netherrealm. Will use it there. And looks like Nico's the one actually securing the turret for himself. And BlinkX, very good engage coming in. Shadow gets a kill. Nico gets a kill. This does not look good for Team Lil Gun. Even though Forbid gets a return onto BlinkX, but that's not worth it.
Yeah.
No matter how many shots Team Lil Gun are throwing towards the side of Team Burmese Ghouls are now back on top. Oh, they are still pushing.
Yeah, right now, Burmese Ghouls, just like Gideon said, their idea is to end the game as fast as possible. I would say what you said is true for both teams. Let me just say that.
Lafalia said the last game that having a Bruno as well as the Baxia is kind of a shame to win the early game. Previous
not
goals are
win the early- yeah.
to not win the early game. Now they are proving you right. They are winning the early game by all means.
Not gonna lie, having the Faramis as well for the first 2 days, it was a 100% win rate. Yeah, this is a
With
deadly
the
draft.
Bruno, it was a duo, right?
Yeah, this is a deadly draft, and now Ethan. Implosion coming in from Blink X. Isaac tries to save the team with the penalty zone. It looks like it's working. Isaac gets the first kill. Lina has to go away. Stitch still doing free damage on the backside. Shadow comes in. Shadow wants Isaac. Isaac still survives. Zigzora able to help his team out. That would have been so deadly. Good save coming in from Aizen.
Huge save coming in from Aizen. I mean, you could see the idea. The Burmese Ghouls wanted to ice pick their way through Team Littlegun and push them. And they even got an amazing implosion to push them out of turret range, and they still couldn't close them out.
Taking a turret after a turret, taking a kill after a kill. Stitch is just living another Stitch day. Shadow, Shadow is top.
Yeah, right now, Lina looking for an opportunity to use the Shadow Stampede to catch Team Lilgun. I believe even Lilgun did not expect this kind of game to happen in the first 7 minutes of the game. Burmese Gold is securing 1 kill per minute.
Yeah, right now, I think, again, this is just showing you the value of the Tigreal in this lineup, right? He's got a passive that basically works like Anti-Cuirass. How many shots does Bebex have to put into him before he goes down? It takes way too much time, and that's even before he starts getting some relevant items to make this even worse. So previously, we were talking about, hey, they don't have magic damage, right? Tigreal is just going to emphasize the fact that, all right, it's not like you have any difference in diversity in your damage. I'm going to punish you for it.
Right now, good implosion by BlinkX. So far, just to make sure that they get the turtle, but looks like Aizen's going to get caught. Penalty zone trying to survive. Unstoppable from Stitch. Burmese Ghouls at this point, their damage is too much for Team Lilgun.
Shadow. By now, his game style is revealed for me. He is not into the crowd control.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Shadow gets caught. Looks like he's going to get taken down by Zigzora. Nico from the backside tried to zone everyone away, and looks like the damage coming in from Lilgun is not enough. It's Stitch almost takes down Zigzora.
Dude, I love it when junglers are so far ahead, they stand in front of your opponents, just like, who's first? Which one wants me? Come on, come on, line up for this. Because Nico, he's now getting really confident. He's starting to get borderline disrespectful.
At this point, the only way he dies if the turrets help him out. It helps out Team Lilgun.
Yeah, and that's not even the only problem, right? Because both Nico and Shadow can do the exact same thing.
Just one item. Bebex only has one item.
He cannot do anything. And on the other side, it's the same case once again. 2 items ahead for Stitch, and that's what I'm saying since the early game. Stitch is winning the lane 1v1 without any assistance from his team, and ironically enough, Forbid, even though he's the only the magical damage dealer from Team Lilgun, he is the highest damage dealt in the latest statistic.
Yeah, I mean, he's the only one who can quote-unquote free hit, because all of the members from the side of Burmese Ghouls make sure that Bebex is completely out of that fight. Like, you can tell from Shadow as well as their jungler, Baxia, just getting right in front of her face to make sure that it's awkward and uncomfortable to move around.
I've seen a lot of Uranus players being just bullies, and Shadow is one of them.
And right now, BlinkX again. Oh my God! Amazing coming in from Ethan. Ethan pulls it back to Stitch. He doesn't care. He has the damage. He goes and he flickers forward, gets a double, and now Burmese Ghouls. That was one of the chances Team Lilgun can actually win a fight, but it wasn't enough. That was an amazing final slash, but it wasn't enough.
I don't know what Stitch's insurance policy is, but get me signed up for that, because right now it is just how do he plays with no fear of death, no fear of how much health insurance costs at all. He just walks in and does what he wants.
I'll answer you. Having Nico, did you see him tanking that turret until the last hit from the turret? He was waiting until Stitch does his work, goes out, even if he wants to go in once again. All the HP was going to be utilized for the favor of Stitch himself, and Stitch can be called now. He is in a total different game from the Bebex. Look at him, almost 5k difference between both gold laners.
It feels like right now the way that the Burmese Ghouls are playing, considering how far they are in the item section, is like, we like to call it, protect the president. But I don't think they're playing protect the president. It feels like everybody else owes Stitch money or something. And they're like, I'm sorry, sir, please put down my debt. I'll do anything for you, man.
I don't know, maybe at this point, Burmese Ghouls with almost 10,000 gold lead. I don't know what Team Lil Gun can do because Bebex needs at least 3 items to fight back. And that's just to fight back, not enough to win.
Are you satisfied, Mr. Stitch? Please. we're 9K ahead. Is this enough?
Alien 626, please, sir. Yes, I remember Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, this
my
is
God.
so hard to watch. As their inhibitors are starting to come crashing down with the help of the Lord. They're just getting zoned out. They're getting stat checked.
Yeah, at this point, Shadow also legit doesn't care. At this point, he just wants... He and Nico are fighting for the most damage received.
I'm the sandbag.
I'm the sandbag.
No, I'm the sandbag.
Excuse me, sir, I'm the sandbag. And
No,
then Blix
I am the
And
sandbag.
then Blix is just like, guys, I'm the roam.
For now, one inhibitor is already... Oh!
He's the roam with a good implosion. Ethan tries to save his team again, but look at that engage. Zexora gets killed. Zexora gets a double. Ethan gets another kill as well, and Bebex still survives. Stitch flickers forward. He wants Ethan. Ethan is still surviving. Bebex, the snipe is good, but the damage is not enough.
Stitch. I think that the wounds for today will need a lot of stitches because we can see the amount of damage. The balls are not something to mess with. Look here. He's even dealing so much damage to an XP laner.
Honestly, I think that I will take that for the side of Team Lil Gun. Considering how far behind they're all, people who want to win games will take these type of 50-50s. And honestly, it got very, very close. We did see a bit of a mechanical mistake coming in from Stitch, slide tackling into the wall, forcing to have to use his flicker to close the distance. If he just made it over that wall with the slide tackle initially, I think it would have been a wipeout for Team Lil Gun.
Going to a late game right now, I cannot neglect the fact that Team Lil Gun can make a good and a solid defense. Having the Beatrix and also having good crowd control, and if Burmese Ghouls come in on a certain point, and in this certain point will be exactly where Tigreal steps inside the base of Team Lil Gun, that's when Ethan, Zexora, and Aizen need to work and have that space for Bebex. And if that didn't happen, specifically, as I said, Team Lil Gun will fall down.
It's about the counter engage coming in from the side of Team Lil Gun. I mean, if it's not Aizen, then it's Ethan who has to find a way to kind of create that space. Now, as Burmese Ghouls, they're going to sit on this Lord. We've seen this type of oppression before. Whoa, okay, Nico, let's calm down. Oh, Shadow wants to be sandbagging material too.
Yep, going straight for Bebex. Bebex completed the 3rd item, so Bebex is a legit problem at this point. Right now, they're throwing everything at the kitchen sink onto Shadow. Aizen using the penalty zone as well, and Shadow still survived with the Netherrealm. Blink X, I'm pretty sure he's just waiting for that one opportunity to just flicker forward. He does! Implosion onto 4, pushing everyone back. Bebex is still free, hitting from the side. Shadow is able to escape. 3 items on Bebex, still not enough.
I wish we could get the mic check for Burmese Ghouls because Stitch was working on the Luminous Lord while the rest of the team was running it down on Team Little Gun, and eventually Stitch was like, actually, that looks like kind of fun. I want to be part of this as well.
And because he wanted to be a part of it, he left that Lord. He didn't take it down until the last breath. Stitch, if he was in this fight, it was a maniac. It was almost also a savage. Burmese Ghouls are so far ahead in game, and Team Lil Gun have to make one more solid defense, because with one more solid defense, they can get back into the game actually. As I said earlier on, physical defense from the side of Team Burmese Ghouls can deal with Bebex damage, but so far Bebex still doesn't have the damage enough to threaten Burmese Ghouls.
Now having the Demon Hunter Sword onto Stitch as well. Aizen was already taking a lot of damage. But it looks like Stitch's like, nope, not enough. I'm going to deal a little bit more. The Lord marches in, and Blink X from behind catches Bebex. Bebex gets taken down. Burmese Ghouls will end this game. They don't care anymore. They drop Lil Gun 2-0.
The hope for Myanmar still alive as they beat Lil Guns 2-0, making sure that their group stage run has a possibility, a chance, an opportunity to make it to the knockout stage.
Team Lil Gun. Now the history is not going to say they are now, the history will say that they are now done with making any more 2-1 reverse sweep. No more. Shadow said it at the beginning. 2-0 for Team Burmese Ghouls, and that what just happened.
Apparently, the download was interrupted. Something happened with the internet connection, but Burmese Ghouls is just like, yeah, you guys aren't going to do this shenanigans anymore. We're stopping you. This is our opportunity to go to the knockouts.
They were trying to export that file, and once Shadow's file came up, and it's like 3 petabytes, and they're like, whoa, that's so much more than we needed to download.
It was a virus.
It was deadly. It was deadly.
Is this how you deal with Lil Gun, bringing a player that no one has ever seen before?
I mean, they could shake things up and then swap back their old players all of a sudden and do it all over again. It's the first time that we're seeing Lil Gun take a loss here at the world stage. From wildcards, they've been reverse sweeping, and finally, they've actually lost a full series.
Let me just say, I'm pretty sure Stitch is the MVP, but Shadow though. Shadow though.
He was playing hot.
Yeah, yeah.
You liking the Uranus?
No, not at
Alright,
all. Not at all.
Why?
I respect your conviction. You stay with your guns, and they're big guns.
Well, I mean, it's subjective. It's about average.
Average
But I
guns.
think that I think that for the most part here, we have to give credit where credit is due. The overall team play style coming in from Burmese Ghouls and our MVP that's brought to you by the Republic of Gamers. Let's ring him up for the boy because it's so easy to tell who it's going to be. There you have it up on screen. Give it up for your boy from the Burmese Ghouls. It's going to be BlinkX. Look, you guys thought it was going to be Stitch.
Hey.